Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forged Cadence Pendant. This is the 1874-20. This is a great pendant. This can be over a dining room table, over a breakfast table, but it's also can be short enough that you can use this as a semi-flush because it starts off at 17 inches overall height. Let's get into details. So when we talk about the size of the fixture body itself, that's going to be independent of the rods that it's hanging from in the canopy. So that's going to be that kind of cagey part on the bottom. That's going to be 14.7 inches high, and I'm going to call it 20 inches in diameter. It's 19.9, but that's a very good size, I think. Overall height, like I said, is 17 inches at its shortest, and this is overall height means bottom of fixture to actual ceiling, and then 62 at its longest as standard product. If you need this to be longer than 62, drop me a quick email and say you're looking at the 1874-20 and tell me what you need. 86, 104 inches, doesn't matter. I'm going to take your email, I'm going to send it to Hubbardton Forge's Customs Department where it's going to come back with an answer, and they'll let us know what we can do. It adds a little time and money, but we do customs all the time. It's awesome. So how Hubbardton is going to give you this range is that they're using this system of interconnected pipes. And why don't we take a couple of these apart? So let's do this guy. So you're going to be getting 3 pieces of the 12-inch. You're going to get 1 piece of the 6, and you're going to get 1 piece of the 3. The pipes have threading, interior threading on both ends, and then what puts them together is called a connector, and that has that threading on it. Super easy to put together, and let's talk about that with the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on HandmadeInVermont.com, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. That's going to show you a lot of great information. It's going to show you full parts list. It's going to show you how to put it together, which we're going to talk about now. It's going to show you lots of line drawings, including what it looks like on the inside of the canopy where this hits your ceiling. And take advantage of that. That's going to be on all the pages on our site for these kind of things. So how we do put this together is you're going to put 2 towels down, 2 big fluffy bath towels end to end on a counter or a table. You're going to take the part that has the KG part on the end with a socket. You're going to lay out the pipes and the connectors in a line, and then this is going to be the very end of the line, right? This is your canopy. And you're going to kind of figure out which of these you need to use to get to the overall height that you want to attain from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture. You're going to take those wires and you're going to feed them through all the little parts, super easy again. And then when you're done, you're just going to screw them together, just like this. And when you do that, what you end up with is a really nice, almost seamless look. You can barely even tell that there is a seam right there. The end of this is going to be that canopy, which is 5 inches round. It's going to go over your 4-inch junction box, what you have on your ceiling, just like that. So this has got a little bit of a dome thing going on here. It's very pretty too. And the other thing about canopies is this is 45 degrees slope ceiling adaptable. So right at the top of this, we cover you if you guys have a cathedral ceiling, like a 45-degree pitch. So it's just like that. So this little knuckle is built into it, and you can't even tell it's there. So, and it can go straight like that. You don't have to do any customization to this, which is really great for you guys. So let's talk about glass really quick. This is going to be the shape of the glass you're going to be using. Okay, it's a very nice piece of glass. It's all hand blown. Hubbardton Forge, all of their glass is hand blown from only the best glass vendors they can find. This is going to come in 2 flavors. So you're going to have opal, which is going to be the white, and that's going to be opaque. You're not going to be able to see through it, and I'll talk about opal a little later in the video. It's also going to be available in this. This is seeded glass. So seeded glass is a clear glass. Again, hand blown, has all these little tiny air bubbles. People absolutely love seeded glass. It's very pretty. Just remember, you're going to be able to see the socket, and because you're going to be able to see the socket, what's going to be holding this piece of glass onto the fixture itself is going to be a retaining cup. And this is just one happens to be in white, but whichever finish you guys are using is going to be what you use. And then a couple little washers like this thing going on there. This will screw right over the threaded socket. We'll put that down for a second. And this has a retaining ring embedded right in it, and it's going to go on like that, keeping it all together like that. If you do this in the opal glass, most likely it's just going to be the retaining ring because you're not going to be able to see any of those parts nor the socket, so you don't have to worry about this part of the equation. In that socket, what we recommend is an A15 light bulb. So an A15, well, let's go back for a second. So this is an A19. Let's find an A15 for you. Maybe this is an A15. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. This is an A15. So see the difference in size? This is just slightly smaller than this guy. An A15 is going to max out generally at 60 watts, and that's what's recommended for this fixture for incandescent. If you were able to find a bulb, and there are lots of different bulbs out there, you're not confined to an A15 if you go LED. You can do kind of whatever you want. The deal is they want to make sure that you don't want to have the bulb so big that it's popping out under the glass. So that's why they recommended this. However, there's no reason why you can't use a variety of different bulbs, especially if you're using the opal glass and you're okay with it getting kind of near the bottom of the glass. Not a big deal. That would let you get up to like 100 watt equivalent, 150 watt equivalent. With LEDs, they don't generate heat, they generate light, use very little electricity, so there's no reason why you can't play around. And you can get the bulbs everywhere. And it's a medium base, so it's a really easy bulb to find, so don't have to worry about that part either. So when I talk about these LEDs, I talk about in every video the color of the light. In this case, there's going to be all kinds of ways you're going to be using this. When you go look at your LEDs at a store or online, you're going to notice they're available in different colors of light on the Kelvin scale. 2700 Kelvin, super yellow. 4000, 5000, 6000 Kelvin, super blue. That's called daylight, and that's actually a bluish white light, like a hospital waiting room. A lot of people aren't crazy about that. In the middle of all that is going to be warm white, and warm white is the light that's coming down on my hands right now. So warm white is going to be 3000 Kelvin. It looks exactly like incandescent light, and that's the one that we use in our showroom. So we're using it right here. We use it all over the place, and we rarely use those blue lights or those yellow lights, only because this is what people kind of like, and this is what you grew up with, so you might want to look into that. So if you're out shopping for bulbs on this, it's a dimmable fixture, so I would buy a dimmable bulb. Tell your installer that you're using a dimmable LED. That's going to be important too. Zero in on the possibly doing an A15 or A19 if you want to play around with it, and then just the color of the light, you'd be looking at a 3000 Kelvin. So I want to touch on Hubbardton Forge's glass for just a second. Hubbardton Forge's opal glass is not just another piece of white glass. This is actually hand-blown glass. All of their glass is hand-blown. And to begin with, it's actually a clear piece of glass to start with. And they come in, they blow a second layer on the inside of white glass. Then they come back and they do a third step where they sandblast the entire outside. So you'll notice when you get these in your hands, they actually have layers of glass on them on the end. You can see them on these two pieces. And it gives it this really soft, semi-transparent, kind of milky quality. It's a soft glowing piece. Really, really pretty. They're really obsessed about details at Hubbardton Forge, and a lot of people don't. I don't think they appreciate it out in the world, but you appreciate it because that's why you guys are here watching this video. There you go. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you're on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, do me a favor, look over on the left-hand side of the screen. You're going to see a lot of red tabs over there. One is going to be the Finishes Help Guide. When you're done with this video, go over there and open that up for me, and you're going to see a video at the top of that page of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a color chart just below the video, so scroll down a little bit, you'll see that chart. You'll notice there are pictures that have the letter A on them, pictures that have the letter B on them, and I'm going to be talking about that range you can see in variance on there in that video. So it's really important to watch the video, use that chart. When you're done with all that, come back down to that chart. You can click on any of those pictures and see a lot more samples of Hubbardton Forge fixtures in that finish. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in dark smoke, click on dark smoke. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in vintage platinum, do the same, and so on and so on and so on. That's a great way for you to see a lot of Hubbardton Forge stuff in different finishes and really take advantage of that, okay? So our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's On display page on our website. It's going to be back in the red tabs over there. A lot of good things in that section. Check out. So when you open that up, you'll see it's all divided up into different sections like dining pendants and outdoor lighting. We're always adding to that. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. They don't even have a showroom like this. Nobody does. And they use this as their showroom when you guys come to Vermont to visit us. So lots and lots to see here. You can see all the different glass, all the different finishes, all the different fabrics, all of those things. In addition to that, we have a clearance center. So the clearance center stuff are returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. That's an amazing deal for you. If you guys want to take advantage of that, you have to come here to Vermont to see us. And when you do do me a favor, measure all the kind of things about your project and what you guys are doing. So the most important thing is measure your ceiling heights to begin with, measure distances between junction boxes and like windows and ceilings and those kind of things. So if you're looking at sconces on the wall, you can see if they're going to fit for you. If you're doing pendants over a kitchen island, measure the distances between those junction boxes, widths of tables, kitchen tables, dining tables, lengths of tables, islands, all that good stuff. And also do a couple more things. If you guys have some tablets or iPads lying around, take pictures of all these things. Take pictures of the kitchen, take pictures of the projects you're doing. Bring that in so we can kind of go through those pictures together and we'll be able to see what you guys are up to, okay? And also the boxes and clearance stuff, clearance stuff, are basically packed for shipping. Don't forget, these were supposedly shipped out. So the boxes tend to be on the bigger side, so bring a decent size SUV if you want to take stuff home. It's a really good opportunity for you. When you buy your Hubbardton forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer that offers 90-day returns and no restocking fees. That's 3 months after you receive something to send it back, and there's no restocking fee on that. Some larger items and custom things, and it's usually going to be big things on pallets, are going to be non-returnable. It'll always tell you on the page for an item if that is the case, so always keep an eye out for that. And we also offer a rush program. So to get all these different metal finishes, Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock. They generally take about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. We can cut that time in half, and it's really, really inexpensive. If you want to know more about that, just drop me a quick email and I can clue you in on details, okay? So our showroom in Vermont is open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to drop a quick email, you can do that all the time. And that's going to be at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. Or you can call me during business hours, 802-446-2400. So thank you for stopping in today, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.